Exosomes. Buzzword. We're hearing about it more and more in skincare. Exosomes are tiny vesicles, tiny little message packages secreted by cells. They are full of proteins, nucleic acids, and other bioactive molecules. Exosomes in skincare can give you better skin texture, they can hydrate your skin, they can improve your elasticity, they can reduce inflammation, repair damage from UV radiation. Exosomes are tiny and mighty little messages that tell our skin cells to do great things, and our skin cells listen. In skincare today, they come at a big price tag. We've got Barbara Sturm at $510 an ounce, Neogenesis at $300 plus an ounce, Angela Caglia at $395 an ounce. We've got Plated for $267 per half ounce. But do they have to be that expensive? Today I'll share my experience with a popular spendy exosome product and then a more affordable alternative. Let's go. 7 years ago, when I was in the clinic, we had a rep come in and talk to us about exosomes. It was at that time, so just 7 years ago, it was about $1,000 for us to buy enough exosome-based product to use on probably 3 patients. And that would be used like after a medical microneedling, after maybe a laser treatment, something like that. It was relatively novel at that time. Definitely was not anything that you could buy and was not shelf stable at all. So exosomes are essentially these little messages in a carrier that go off and help other things in your body perform their specific actions. Now, exosomes, because they are secreted by every single cell in our body, every single exosome isn't necessarily good, and every single exosome isn't really doing anything that has to do with skin. So only certain exosomes extracted from certain places and then put into our skincare products are able to affect change that we are thinking about when we're talking about skincare. Now, there's a couple of exosome products on the market that you've probably heard about. Number one is going to be Plated. Now, Plated is really pretty revolutionary. Their exosomes come from platelets. Now, Plated has a patented way of structuring their exosome products, a way of extracting it. They have 15 years of science behind them. It's actually a really interesting product. Their before and afters on their website are incredible. They are able to keep it shelf stable because of the way that they have formulated this product. Okay, so this has been something that I've been testing out for a few months now, and I've really enjoyed it. I was sent this product by Leah at Skin Beautiful RX, and then I ended up repurchasing it myself. I only tell you that because I didn't just get this for free and then, talk about it here. I actually had to have it hit my wallet and really kind of think about whether or not I would want to spend that kind of money over and over in order to reap the benefits of exosomes. Now, this little guy is half an ounce. This is the Intense. This is the one that you're supposed to use for about 12 weeks, and then you can move on to their daily. Their daily is 1 ounce. This is somewhere in the $270 range for this half an ounce. Now, each pump does contain a gazillion, I can't remember the number, but it's a lot of exosomes. At half an ounce, I went through this in just weeks, not months. And so that's a lot of money. Okay, so the question then becomes, where does this fit into a skincare routine if it's that expensive? Some people, of course, are going to be happy to pay that much money, excited about the science, excited about their patented methods and all of that stuff. So I haven't really done a lot of talking about Plated because I felt like it was out of reach for lots and lots of people, and I don't believe that you have to have this product to have good skin. I don't believe that this is a must-have in your skincare routine. I just think that it is a luxury that is pretty amazing, but it's also very expensive. And so it's kind of one of those catch-22s for me as a person who does videos. Okay, so that's Plated. Then recently, in the last 6 months, one of my very favorite serums, the owner of that company came to me and said, I am going to update my flagship product, my main product, and I'm going to add Exosomes. And I seriously was like, are you kidding me? That's fantastic. Over the months, I bugged him about when this was going to happen. And clearly it was a process, because it was like, we're still working on it. We're working on the formula. You know, it's not as simple as just slapping some, you know, Exosomes into an existing product. Finally, about a month and a half ago or so, it was complete. The serum that I'm talking about is the Revive Ultimate Serum. And what's really cool about this, you guys, is they did an update. You know I love this serum. I literally have been talking about this for years, but they added the Exosomes to this serum. And then they also adjusted the formula by taking out dimethicone. They also took out a couple other things that they just thought that customers in general, they got feedback that customers didn't like. A couple other things like some shea, they took that out. They also took out shea, they took out dimethicone, and they also took out some olive-derived ingredients that were in here. Really trying to tweak the formula to make it perfect. Now, if you're not familiar with this, this is basically a dupe for TNS Essential Serum. It is the conditioned media, similar ingredients in general of the original TNS, which truthfully is the best version of TNS. Then TNS reformulated, and Revive basically took the best parts of the reformulation and added them in, but retained the original formula, which I know that's a lot of blah, 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 but it's kind of like it took the best of the best of the best. Then it added the Exosomes, then it deleted a couple of the ingredients. This serum, hard for me to believe, but got even better than before by a long ways. I didn't really think that I cared so much about the dimethicone in here, but I've been using this now for 3.5 weeks or so, the new version, and I have to say that I love it even more. And part of that is I can tell that the dimethicone is gone, and it layers even better. And I loved the way it layered before. The other thing that's really cool about this upgrade for Revive is that they didn't raise the price. And I really do think that that's special. I don't know their pricing strategy. I'm not really sure if they're going to retain. It's $99. So it's 1.69 ounces and it's $99. So if you compare that to TNS, for example, TNS is 1 ounce and it is almost $300. So it's about 1/3 the cost of TNS. If you look at plated, plated is 1/2 ounce for $275. Granted, it is platelet derived, patented exosomes. Different, they are different. So where the exosomes come from, and each company would tell you why theirs are best, you know, that kind of thing, but it is a little bit different. So it's not like they're dupes or anything like that. But when you look at it by cost, this is 1/2 ounce and it is $275. This is 1.69 ounces. So 3 times plus more product in here. Now, the other thing about Revive, and I've said this for years, is that it has arbutin. Now, arbutin is a pigment inhibitor. What that means for your skin is that it goes in and it basically calms down melanocytes and helps to block an enzyme that is partly responsible for the overproduction or the production of melanin. And so what it does is it kind of staves off at the pass the melanin that gets produced and pushed to the surface. So it's going to help with hyperpigmentation. Arbutin is one of the best ingredients, and it comes from the bearberry plant. It is kind of natural hydroquinone, if you will, and it really can help to brighten the skin and lighten hyperpigmentation and give kind of an overall evenness to the skin. It is one of the reasons why I really, really like this serum in general. There are peptides in here. I'm going to put them up on the screen as we talk about them. First, we have hexapeptide 51. This one helps protect your DNA from damage, and it also helps to kind of encourage natural repair pathways. Then we have Prolixer S20. This one's basically detox for your skin. Helps to clear out the damaged proteins and make way for new, fresh. After that, we have the OG. We have Matrixyl 3000. This is a combination of 2 different peptides, and they are skin cell communicators, produce that collagen. Finally, an exciting peptide that helps to inhibit an enzyme that breaks down our elastin. So it keeps us nice and plump and reduces laxity. I waited to make this video because I really wanted to test it out for a little while. I'd been using the plated for a while, and I really did feel like I was getting some nice subtle results from the plated after many weeks of using the plated. What I thought I noticed with the plated was an overall improvement in my hyperpigmentation. You know that it's hard for me because I do use a lot of things, but when I started using this, I wasn't using the plated, so 3.5 weeks or so. And what I have noticed, a big thing that I have noticed, is a reduction in the redness of my skin. I really wasn't expecting that, but what's going on in here is helping to calm my skin in general. I am also noticing my hyperpigmentation continues to improve, and really the only thing that I've truly changed is this, and I have been doing green light therapy on my skin with a green light panel, so that's important to know as well. I really do think that there are so many people out there that are really interested in trying exosomes, but things like plated and even some of the other growth factor serums that are on the market that have added exosomes, they're $250 to $350, and I just think that there are going to be so many people that is beyond. $99 is not nothing either, and I recognize that completely, but it's very difficult to get an exosome product and ethically sourced exosomes. These are also ethically sourced exosomes from paid adult females. That is what their website says. So it comes from their bone marrow. And so it is, you know, they give you the source, they tell you the people that they're getting it from. That takes money. So it's really difficult to find true growth factor / exosome products that are under $100. I mean, that's actually a really hard thing to do. Now, when I use this AM and PM now. I was using it just AM. I was using it just PM. And what I've found in the conversations that the doctors are having and that kind of thing, people are using this AM and PM. Now, what's really cool about the fact that they took out the dimethicone out of the Revive is that I feel like it's easy to use AM and PM, and it's not going to cause any kind of layering issues with anything else in my routine. I typically do put this on very first, and I try to just let it sit for at least 5 minutes before I go on with anything else in my skincare routine. But it doesn't interrupt my skincare routine in any other way, and it is first now. It goes even before my dermatology vitamin C in the morning. I absolutely love this in conjunction with my needleless serum. I think that it is really great with my needleless serum. The needleless serum is going to have ceramides, other peptides. It is just a beautiful, hydrating, and nourishing serum that I think plays really, really well with this. Those are my 2 top serums of life, honestly, because they are so gorgeous to use after cosmetic needling. They're great to use day to day. They layer beautifully. They look great under makeup, and I feel like they affect some really good change in my skin. Anyway, you guys, let me know if you want any more details about this update. Super exciting. I hope you are having a really fantastic day, and I will talk to you in my next skincare video. Take care.